Thanks, Sophie. Good evening and welcome to the Late Look North. Good evening. Charities and campaigners in Yorkshire have been telling us they hope the King's openness about his cancer diagnosis will encourage people to talk about the disease more and get tested. Buckingham Palace has announced that King Charles has been diagnosed with a form of cancer and has now started treatment as an outpatient. The Archbishop of York says the news is a shock and the King's health is in his prayers. Dave Edwards reports.
Is your beast?
The King on a visit to Malton last year.
So are you now living here in Malton?
There won't be any more of these visits for a while as Charles receives treatment for cancer. We don't know what type of cancer it is or what the prognosis might be, but today the Prime Minister said he's thankful it's been caught early. Maggie's in Leeds is a support centre for cancer patients and their families.
I had my meeting with my oncologist. He was really happy with how far I'd come in the last 6 weeks.
Here they're used to supporting anyone who says, I have cancer. What they weren't expecting is for the King to say it.
We were shocked and obviously our thoughts are with our King and of course his family and loved ones. But I think that means that other people might start to talk about their own cancer. I think that means if people are worried about any symptoms, they may come forward. And I think as a human, we know that he will pull together with his family, but we want people to know that we're here alongside them with their cancer.
The Archbishop of York played a key role in the King's coronation last year. He's encouraging people to join him in prayer.
We don't quite know what it is. Nor should we, in a way. This is, first of all, a private matter for him and for his immediate family. But, of course, he is the King, someone whom we love and care for. So I'm praying for him.
When my legs no longer carry.
These people are on a 110-mile walk around the North York moors, encouraging more men to open up and talk about cancer. In Whitby today, they met Terry, who was diagnosed with blood cancer 2.5 years ago.
Fairly fit 51-year-old, and all of a sudden the rug's pulled from underneath you, and you don't even know where to look. You just, your head's spinning, everything's spinning. You don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. Nightmare. We're here now, and we're still here, so that's the main thing.
The group are thanking the King for telling the world about his diagnosis.
I take my hat off to him that he is sharing it. I said earlier when we were having breakfast today, before we set off, there won't be a workplace in the country that isn't talking about it today.
And while everyone talks about it, the King himself is at his home in Sandringham and says he's feeling positive about his treatment. Dave Edwards, BBC Look North.
Next, a woman from Sheffield who found fake explicit photos of herself online says the perpetrators should feel ashamed. Author and broadcaster Helen Mort is part of a documentary being shown to politicians tonight which looks into what's known as deep fakes. Despite the photos being used without her permission, police say they can't take action because the people creating the fake images don't actually know her. She's launched a petition for a change in the law.
I can't change that this has happened. I'm probably never going to know who did it, and nor would I particularly want to. But what I can do is speak about it so that anyone who's been through a similar experience might feel less alone, and maybe it'll help to get laws changed and tightened so that other people don't have to experience those kinds of image-based violations.
A Sheffield woman who contracted HIV almost 10 years ago is urging everyone, including heterosexual people, to get tested. Becky was diagnosed in 2015, just 3 weeks after transmission. A quick detection meant that she's been able to control the disease with medication and have a baby who's HIV-free.
The quicker someone is diagnosed, the less likely it is to develop these long-term conditions. So HIV doesn't affect my health at all. It hasn't affected my fertility, for example, my brain function or my gut function, which is where it can really affect people if it's left undiagnosed for a long time.
Now, a South Yorkshire market is celebrating its 775th birthday today. Take a look at these pictures of Barnsley Market through the ages. It dates back to 1249, thanks to a royal charter from Henry III. The anniversary has been marked today by the opening of an exhibition commemorating the site across the years. And an endangered black rhino has been born for the first time ever at Yorkshire Wildlife Park. Mum Najuma was pregnant for 15 months, bless her, before giving birth to the calf. He's got no name yet, but already weighs 73 kilos at 3 weeks old. Very cute, though. Let's take a look at the weather. Here's Paul.
Well, thanks very much. The good news is tomorrow will be the best day of the week. It should be dry and bright with some sunshine. Quite chilly, though, but on Thursday we are expecting some rain and some snow to push up from the south. At the moment, though, we've still got a back hang of cloud. That cloud will steadily break up, so it's going to be a fairly cold night. And with today's rain, ice could be a hazard on untreated surfaces with temperatures around freezing point. That's 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So watch out on the roads first thing in the morning. Otherwise, it's a pleasant day, dry and bright. There will be areas of cloud, but some pleasant spells of winter sunshine. It is going to feel a lot colder. That said, 7 degrees is actually the long-term average for early February. Thursday then, it turns wet from the south. That rain will turn to snow over the hills, so make a note of that. A Met Office warning in place. Friday looks unsettled, but it does turn milder thereafter. That's the forecast.
Thanks, Paul. Now, if there's a story that you think we should be covering, do get in touch with us. It's look.north@bbc.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.